Sometimes, stories emerge from the shadows that blur the lines between myth and reality. These are the type of stories that tend to stay in our minds, that make us wonder just how much we really know about the world we all live in. Stories such as the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and Bloody Mary are all stories that have been passed down from generations, evolving with each retelling of said story. These stories persist throughout time because they speak to something instinctual within us, a fascination with the unknown. Tonight, I want to take you deep into the mountains of Japan, to a place that may or may not even exist. This is the story of Sugisawa Village, the cursed village erased from existence. I first stumbled upon this story when researching about Fatal Frame 2, as I had just finished the first installment, and I saw that it had been the basis of the sequel. This connection fascinated me, which made me want to research it more, but unfortunately, the actual story of the village is quite hard to find, at least in English, considering the story is based in Japan. Much of the information is shrouded in local lore and often gets lost in translation. Although despite this, the pieces that I did manage to uncover revealed a story steeped in mystery. This compelled me more to dig deeper into the origins of the story. Now, before we continue, it's important to note that there's no concrete evidence to show that the village ever existed. No official record, no historical documents, nothing. However, that's where things start to get interesting. Nevertheless, the story and legend persist, and over the years, it's grown into something far more sinister. You see, this isn't just a ghost story. It's a place that some may say you can still find, if you're unlucky enough. The legend of Sugisawa Village began to surface around the early 1990s, during which the internet was still in its infancy and urban legends were starting to find a new kind of life online. Despite the story originally telling us the events take place in the early Showa era, the story became popular in the digital age. It was one of the first major urban myths to spread like wildfire throughout Japanese forums and message boards. The legend of the village has its roots in the mountains of Aomori Prefecture, the place where the village is said to have existed. It's difficult to find as it's not located on the main road and is only reachable by abandoning that road and going off path. However, there are several key signs that you have stumbled upon Sugisawa Village. 1. There's a sign at the entrance that states, "You must not proceed past this point. There can be no guarantee for your life if you do." There are variations on the exact wording, but in every version, the sign states that if you go past it, you'll be in big trouble. 2. There is an old, red shrine gate at the entrance to the village, beneath which you'll find a stone that's shaped like a skull. 3. Upon entering the village, you'll find several abandoned buildings with bloodstains on the walls. Almost all accounts tell that the people who have found the village were there accidentally by driving into the entrance, and there is one account where someone found it accidentally whilst mountain climbing. There are some reports stating that there are certain weather phenomena occurring before they've discovered the village, like rain or snow. It's uncertain if the village itself produces its own weather the same way that the surrounding area does, or if these events are just meteorological coincidences. One day, a man was consumed by a sudden madness, launching into a violent rampage that left no one in the small village alive. He slaughtered every resident before taking his own life. When it was over, the village was completely devoid of life. In the aftermath, the village was wiped from official maps, and all records of its existence was quietly erased. The land was absorbed into a nearby town, and the story of the massacre spread throughout the prefecture. However, few dared to approach the abandoned site. Rumors circulated that the village was cursed, haunted by evil spirits, and that anyone who entered would never return. Some people kept the village's location a secret, refusing to share it. They feared that anyone who ventured there would meet a tragic end. As the years passed, those who held this knowledge began to die off, taking the village's whereabouts to the grave. One day, that mindset changed. Word began to spread, reaching distant cities across Japan. The obscure tale of Sugisawa Village, along with the vague hint of its location, started to capture the attention of those beyond the region. After decades of forgotten history, people began to wonder where this cursed place could be, and the legend that had been buried started to resurface, drawing curious minds back to the mystery of Sugisawa. And so, what was once forgotten slowly crept back into the collective consciousness, awakening a new generation's curiosity about the horrors that might still linger in the shadows of the lost village.
Unbelievable. 日本のある場所まるでブレアウィッチプロジェクトの物語に酷似した背筋を震え上がらせる恐怖の村が実在するという情報を突き止めた。その恐怖の村とは杉沢村。果たしてその杉沢村は実在するのか。杉沢村で実際に起こった恐怖現象とは。今夜幻の杉沢村を徹底リサーチ。本当にあった日本版ブレアウィッチプロジェクト杉沢村伝説の全てに迫る。
As the story got popular, it caught the attention of mainstream media, and in 2000, a Japanese TV show called Kiseki Taiken Unbelievable made the decision to cover the mystery. This episode was a significant moment as the legend of the village was broadcasted to a much wider audience. The crew set out to uncover the truth, searching not only the Aomori prefecture, where the village was rumored to be, but also exploring similar stories from across Japan.
幻の杉沢村を求めスタッフは曇天の青森空港に到着。スタッフを乗せた車は青森市街へ向かった。最初に訪れたのは青森県庁。ここで杉沢村についての情報を得ることにした。それ言います。青森のですね県内に杉沢村っていうですね村が存在したという話を聞いてちょっといろいろ調べてるんですけど、今県内に杉沢村という村はないですか？ございますか？青森で杉沢村って知ってます？鳥ある入り口に鳥が車さうちの手数がバチ出た。
どこにあるかがよくわからなくて、霊が見たとか見えるという噂ですけどはありますね。
翌朝再び聞き込みを開始。ついに有力な情報の持ち主が現れた。ちょっと聞きたいんですけど、行ったことあります？行ったことあります？はい。この山のどこかに杉沢村がある。目印は古ぼけた鳥居。
After receiving information from their contact in Aomori, the crew set out to search for torii gates across the prefecture. They spent the entire day searching the area, but despite their efforts, they couldn't find a single one. Frustration began to set in, and they were on the verge of giving up. That was until...
石ありますよ。ある。何あれ？
お自動車さんじゃん。
そう。
いい気
こんな山深い場所に存在する地蔵とお墓、それは一体何を意味するのだろうか。伝説の廃墟と関係あるのか。
これ何これ何これ何よいしょ。
その建物のかなりの古さを感じさせた。さらに比較的新しいと思われる建物に誰かいるかと声をかけたが返事はなく、建物の前には立ち入り禁止の立て札。
The crew eventually stumbled upon what appeared to be Sugisawa Village, or at least something that closely resembled it. As they explored the area, they discovered all three signs that suggested they had indeed found the village.
我々はカメラを廃墟に向け一晩中撮影することにした。そして午後9時、午後10時を回った。画面には何の変化も現れない。深夜12時を過ぎても目立った変化はない。結局我々のカメラの前に亡霊らしきものが姿を現すことはなかった。ここは本当に杉沢村なのだろうか。
The following morning, the crew interviewed a local of the village they had discovered. When asked if this was Sugisawa Village, the man explained that it was not. Instead, it was a place where his ancestors had lived for generations, now developed into a residential area that belonged to him. Interestingly, he shared their curiosity, expressing his own interest to find the real Sugisawa Village. The episode concludes with the crew returning to Aomori, continuing their search by questioning more locals about the elusive village. Eventually, they encounter someone who claimed to have visited Sugisawa and even had a photograph to prove it. However, the photo was taken during winter, making it nearly impossible to identify the location due to the drastic changes in the landscape across different seasons. In the end, the program made a confident claim. Sugisawa Village might exist in a space-time warp, a place that appears and disappears at will, slipping in and out of our reality. This idea only fueled the legend further, inspiring countless individuals to embark on their own journey to find the village. In recent years, thrill seekers and paranormal investigators have ventured into the Japanese countryside, determined to uncover the truth behind the village. Yet, every search ends in the same way, leaving them with more questions than answers. The power of the legend lies in its ability to tap into our deepest fears of the unknown. It's a story that reminds us that some things are better left undisturbed, but some mysteries are better left unsolved. If you have time, I would really recommend watching the entire episode of Sugisawa Village, as I only covered just a fraction of what actually happened. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. Until next time. Okay, hello. This is going to be unscripted. I'm re-recording this because I forgot to fucking press record. But yeah, basically what I said was, what I'm going to say again is thank you for watching. This is my first time doing anything horror related or like horror media related. As I promised, like in my previous video, I wanted to focus more on. I take heavy inspo, and I watch a lot of content from people like Nexpo, Virtual Carbon, Nick Crowley, Blame It on George or Jorge, and basically the entire like horror YouTube genre. I used to watch Scare Theatre when he was really active, but he's not really active as of late. But yeah, I've been like a huge fan of those like content creators, and I'm trying my best to like not replicate, but I guess replicate their type of content, because that's what I enjoy watching. I really enjoy horror. But yeah, funnily enough, whilst I was doing my research for this, speaking of research, it was very difficult considering, it was in Japanese. I'm studying Japanese, I'm self-studying Japanese, but it was still really hard. So shout out Google Translate and DeepL. Funnily enough, whilst I was like doing my research, the episodes of the Sugisawa Village was uploaded like a week ago. So I honestly think it was meant to be. And yeah, I really hope this type of content is what you guys like, because I enjoy it. But yeah, I want to make a new video try to upload in the next 2 to 3 weeks about someone related to Smart Schoolboy 9. I think that's what it's called. But somewhere around like that area. I've been looking at the subreddit and saw that some YouTubers have been like not correcting their like fact checking, and it really like pissed them off. So I'll try my best to like, research wisely. But yeah, once again, I appreciate if you're still here and watching. Yeah, bye bye.